Hi guys and welcome back to Tommy's Starcraft. This is your host Tommy with another Starcraft Remastered replay for you guys. Once again we have a great engagement in between two pro players from this scene. This time actually it's not a all South Korean play scene, as we have actually South Korea versus Russia here. So let me just start by introducing the players to you guys. In the upper left in the green it is Roxky's Advocate, the Russian player. And his opponent is going to be none other than spawning here in the low right in the teal, I believe it is. It's JAEDONG, of course, from South Korea, the Zerg player, already sending out here his Overlord on a very interesting pass here. So let's just see the follow-up here from these two players. The map is called Destination 1.1, a small map indeed, so only two spawning locations here for these two players. Let's just see what exactly they're going to bring us up to. Of course, JAEDONG is very much known for his Mutalisk gameplay, for his Mutalisk micro. But as we've seen in a previous replay, he's also very innovative and intelligent, as he does very nice drops with his Overlords. His Lurker gameplay and his Defiler gameplay is also very known. And sadly I don't have that much info about Advocate. I only know that he's from Russia. Of course he's very skilled and very strong. Perhaps even one of the best Terrans from Russia, from Europe as well. I'm pretty sure of it. He's opening up here pretty standard with a supply depot here. He might even block it with a barracks. Actually his barracks is placed here. Of course, like we've seen in previous replays, lots of Terrans like to block here their ramp and just lift up their barracks to allow units in and out. And we see this Overlord here from JAEDONG in the low left, taking a very interesting pass here. Perhaps he's just checking for some proxy barracks here by the Terran. The Terran also moves out with his first SCV just to scout out the position of JAEDONG, just to see exactly what he's up to. Gas is also up here. JAEDONG not yet with a expansion here. Actually, as I'm saying this, he's expanding now. And he's also having a spawning pool here. So spawning pool first for JAEDONG into a fast expansion. This is of course going to be scouted by this SCV. And yeah, let's just see the follow-up here. We will have an early aggression. Of course, most Terrans really like to go into mass bio, but we've seen Flash go also into mass mechanical unit build up, like with vultures, with siege tanks and Goliaths later on. First Zerglings are also out on the map here as we have passed the 2-minute mark. JAEDONG already sending these Zerglings out on the map. Perhaps this would be a good attack point here. However, if the first Marine comes out and is going to be protected by these two supply depots, of course JAEDONG has to pull back here, as this ramp is going to be very bad here for him. So very nice block here by the Terran player. He's not going to allow any Zerglings in, and this Marine with this SCV even here should be able to block the entrance here. So no bunker yet needed here for Advocate. Here comes the first Zerglings. There is however that Marine out. The second one is also being produced, so good hold here by him. And no expansion attempt here for him. Usually some Terrans place their expansion into this location. They float it up onto the lower ground. We also have our first factory here out for Advocate, and there's even another factory. So like I told you guys, most Terrans like to go into some mechanical units. As we've seen here, this barracks will not produce that many Marines in here. There's a nice Zergling here being left on this position from JAEDONG, just to see in case there is an army move out here by Advocate. And also a nice supply depot here placed by Advocate, just to see in case a drop is going to come. Of course this map would allow some drops into this position here. Now let's just have a look at the workers. There's already 21 workers here for Advocate versus only the 14 workers from the Zerg. The tier 2 upgrade is already almost halfway done as we approach the 5-minute mark. And we see JAEDONG actually going into some Hydralisk here. So interestingly enough, he's not saving for some Mutalisk, he's going straight into Hydralisk. His Zerglings are still out on the map, now being chased away by this Marine group. Yet still I don't see an expansion here for Advocate. Just a forced vulture here out on the map. Already taking here some damage from these Zerglings. Our vultures much faster than the Zerglings, but you really need to micro them really well. This is exactly what Advocate is showing to us here. Really nice gameplay here by him. So first vulture on the map. There's even an Orsadon here. These vultures of course can place many mines on the map, but the Zergs do have those Overlords, and now even speed is being done for this vulture Sadly for him, he might indeed get taken out here by JAEDONG's Hydralisk, as no speed is being researched yet for this Hydralisk. We have that tier 2 up. This should be a Spire, I believe. Indeed it is a Spire for JAEDONG. Still no expansion here for the Terran, as he's really aggressive right now with his vultures. Even he's going to try perhaps to kill a Hydralisk or two. We have a first good engagement here by both players. Vultures very tanky here. There's however a Sunken being built by JAEDONG, and he should be able to hold this position. However, in come once again the vultures, and they might kill one drone or two. JAEDONG however very fast on his micro. Saves that even that one drone, loses another Zergling here, and even another Hydralisk might fall here. However, Hydras are a very good counter against these vultures. So really nice fast reaction here by JAEDONG, saving his drones, and he's able to push this back. As we've seen, once again, vultures on the map with their speed very good, but overall is also nicely positioned here by JAEDONG just in case a drop is going to come. I still don't see a expansion here for the Terran, so he wishes to go with an all-in here. He's expecting some Mutalisks by JAEDONG, because like I told you guys, JAEDONG is of course very known for his Mutalisk gameplay. There are just Goliaths here, so no turrets yet here for Advocate. Also going into a Terran's, into a starport, with actually into two starports, so we might see some Wraith. Actually is cancelling this one starport here, just to go for another supply depot. These are nicely placed mines in here. JAEDONG very good on his defense. This Sunken is nicely positioned here in between these two streets. Let's just have a look at his main. Nothing has changed here. Did I miss the... Yes, I did miss those Mutalisks move out here. So at the 7-minute mark we already have here 3 Mutalisks, but of course they won't be any match against these Goliaths here. And still Advocate decides to not expand here. So very interesting. However, he has 13 SCVs. And yeah, this could be a very good position here for the Mutalisk, but Advocate of course brings in his Goliaths, expecting here JAEDONG. And sadly for JAEDONG, he's not really being able to deal any economic damage here against his opponent. He's very likely going to drone up. Indeed, he's at 21 drones. This Mutalisk will stay here into this position very likely, just to see in case Advocate is going to move out with a larger army, which is exactly what he's doing right now. So there's a composition from Goliaths with some Marines, no siege tanks. And this starport, what exactly is he building here? Okay, he's going for a Valkyrie. So Valkyrie, of course, a very good counter to this Mutalisk, 6 Mutalisks here. Thanks to their splash damage, but then again, Goliaths would have also done the job if you ask me. But then again, I'm sure that Advocate knows much better here than me. So let's just see the follow-up here by him. These 2 Hydras here are sneaking here. Let's just see what exactly he's going to do. Like, he could of course, if it is very likely to research and lurker upgrade, of course, given the fact that there is no science vessel yet here for Advocate, and sadly for him there is also no scan. He does have turrets, of course. Turrets can detect the invisible, actually the board lurkers, but yes, in the end he really needs perhaps a science vessel. So he is moving out, but JAEDONG already expecting this move out here. He's losing actually a Mutalisk, even a second Mutalisk, because these Goliaths are of course so strong, such a great counter against air. And even this Overlord here, so JAEDONG is not really paying attention here. He has to of course prepare his defenses, and here they are 2 lurkers, as Advocate has no detection here. So JAEDONG could leave these lurkers on hold position and just allow a move in here by JAEDONG. At the same time, JAEDONG is moved out here with these 2 lurkers, so this sneaking Hydralisk here, he just came up into this position, and now he's spreading these lurkers here just to cause some panic in the main from Advocate. Advocate does indeed have a Goliath here, but like I told you, he has no scan and no science vessel. Is he going for a science vessel? No, he's just going straight for a dropship. So very interestingly enough, these 2 lurkers still causing some chaos here. No army move out yet here by Advocate. He's just sieging up in here, but it's very dangerous because of course JAEDONG left these 2 lurkers here. So pretty good stuff here by JAEDONG once again. And still no detection here for Advocate, as we already have passed. We're moving into the 10-minute mark here, and still no detection here for Advocate, but now I understand his plan. He's going for a dropship, so these units will very likely get dropped into this position here. Lurkers are moving out, but they should be fine as there is no detection. JAEDONG needs to be careful though. He's just luring Advocate here into a trap, so this could be very good for him. These lurkers are positioned here. Now he's going to burrow these Loro, and also these units are dealing so much splash damage here against Advocate, so Advocate jumping into a trap here. Very nicely done here by JAEDONG, killing so many Goliaths in here. These Goliaths, however, make it, of course, with this dropship. Roxky's Advocate very fast on his APM. Now he needs to be very careful. He needs to move his Hydralisk in the high ground here. So let's just see, this Mutalisk, of course, will be no match against this anti-air unit composition here. But in come the Hydralisk from the back. Of course, many Mutalisk will fall here, but the real damage dealer are the Hydras, and JAEDONG, of course, is microing them so fast, so good. Mutalisk have fallen, only one is being left, and these lurkers are still roaming around here into the base from Advocate, as he's perhaps expanding, but already at the 11-minute mark here, so the defense here from JAEDONG looking very strong. There's still these lurkers here. Finally it's been taken out, as Advocate has indeed gone for a scan, but not that much energy being left on his scan. He really needs that science vessel once again. He's moving out here into this position. Of course he wishes to defend his expansion here, but I don't know how exactly he's going to defend against these lurkers. Even some Scourge against the Valkyrie, as we see an army move out here by JAEDONG. Speed is being done for his Hydralisk. In comes JAEDONG. This tank, however, is nicely positioned here. There are some Goliaths here, so this tank really needs to be protected here by Advocate, and I'm pretty sure that this is exactly what he's going to do. But is JAEDONG going to leave some time here for Advocate? More and more Hydras are coming in, the lurkers are getting bored. Goliaths already taking so much damage. This tank is being surrounded by Goliaths, and in comes JAEDONG with his lurkers on the street. He's just going to borrow them while the Hydralisk are dealing so much damage here into this tank. Another tank is nicely positioned here, but that micro once again here from JAEDONG looking very strong. And sadly for Roxky's, he has lost this position, and of course it's going to be the GG here. So really nice game here by both players. In the end, JAEDONG proving to be a much better defensive gameplay here, and sadly for Advocate, he didn't have that detection into this point here, so those lurkers could have dealt so much splash damage. There were 4 lurkers, 2 here right underneath those units, and yeah, sadly for Roxky's, he could have pushed here with a turret, but turrets cost, of course, lots of money, and at the same time the army, actually the work count was the same, 30 workers versus 30, but in the end JAEDONG just proving just a little way too strong here against Advocate, and a really nice push here with those 2 lurkers in the middle of the game, burrowing them here and into here, this position. All in all, a nice game. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. This is Tommy signing out.